He's having a fabulous morning in familia. It's me, Ruby Moreno, going live from mi casita. So, obviously, guys, my suegrita insists that I live in two different places. According to her, I live in this abandoned house. This one right here, guys. According to her, I live there, right? According to her, I live in that abandoned house. She placed it on a fake page. This house was my neighbor's house, of course. They took off. Somebody, the owner of the house. So the kids are looking to sell the property, whatnot. Good morning. Good morning. Aquí ando de tweaker. And then we have this over here, guys, where this is the storage room of the house. According to my suegrita, she says I live in the storage room. Well, I'm gonna go in here, guys, and prove to you all there's no way in hell would I live in a storage room. There is no bed. There is nothing in here where you could say, oh, he lives here or he sleeps here. I mean, what kind of an idiot would think that way, guys? It's puras cosas we don't utilize, chairs and plants and whatever the hell, guys. My mom threw in here. We got rid of it in there. So how in the world am I going to live in this storage room? Explain to me, guys. How in the world am I going to live in the storage room? I went inside live right now into the storage room, which she says it's where I stay at. More corn, more beef she throws at you guys. Como siempre, guys. Mil mentiras. Now, we're going to go check out the house next door because obviously she says I live there too on her fake page. So let's go next door real quick, guys. Exactly. She's a big damn liar, guys. So we're going to go next door real quick. Again, she claims I live in that little house right there, right next to mine on her fake page. So we'll go over there real quick, guys. It's right next to my house anyways. This house that she claims I live in is an abandoned house. Show you guys. This is an abandoned house, guys, that they took a picture and claim I live there, right? Obviously, like I said, está trancada la cerca, guys. Absolutely nobody lives in that house. So it's more corn, more lies, more of her BS crap going along to try to make herself look good. Ya que ella está bien quemada left and right, pues ni modo, guys, uno que puede ser. Uno que puede ser is my question. Yo veo una casa muy decente. I'm not going to say I live in a huge house either. But this is my house. Obviously, she's put my address out there. This is my house. Right? My house no tiene mugrero como el que tiene plants in it, trees in it. Whatever, that is my house. That's where I stay. In a very decent house. No junk, no mugrero, no trash outside. We maintain the property. We try to keep it clean all the time. We clean my mom's plants también. Obviously, for her, that's a good entertainment. Watering her plants keeps her mind focused. So, for her to come out there and says, "Oh, I live in a storage room. I live in an abandoned house," it's a lie, guys. And I'll explain to you once, and I'll say it again. In my household, I respect my mother's. It's her house. Mía no es, ¿ok? Es casa de ella. Y mientras que esté viva mi madre, se respeta esa casa. Y aunque Diosito la recoja cuando Él quiera, guys, que me dure otros 100 años, se respeta esa casa where my mom lives. No es como la casa de mi suegra que es un congal, it's a junkyard, es un party house, no. My mom's house es una casa donde se respeta. That's it. That is one of the main reasons I don't do my shows in my house. And I'm going to explain to you why, guys. My mom doesn't have an issue of who I am, what I do, or anything like that. The problem is that I could be very vulgar at times. And I don't cuss or disrespect my mother in that aspect. Nunca ha tomado enfrente de mi mamá, nunca ha fumado ningún cigarro enfrente de mi mamá. When I would do the drugs, yes, I would do the drugs, but never in front of my mom. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of respect towards my mother. Obviously, my mother raised 6 kids by herself. She played the role as a mother and a father. And so I respect her and I love her with all my heart. That is one of the main things that I'm trying to explain to you guys right now is that sometimes people like to talk shit without facts. And so, like I said, I've never drank in front of my mother. I've never smoked in front of my mother. I've never done crazy shit. I don't cuss in front of her. And that is why I don't do my shows inside the house because I could be vulgar at times and I just don't feel comfortable to cuss in front of my mother because of that same reason. I've never done it in my life and I'm going to continue to keep it that way. I'm going to continue to keep it that way. That was the whole point of fixing up the storage room to have my shows there. I know that, it's going to take time. We do have the AC in the back. We need a couple of more things, guys, but that's the way I see it. And people might say, "Oh, well, why can't he do it inside?" I'm explaining to you guys why. I'm explaining to you this is why I don't do it. I have I'm a little bit too vulgar at times that I just don't feel comfortable to speak like that in front of my mother. Um, I never had an issue coming out, or never did I say, you know what? Hold on, guys. This text me a question. I never had an issue. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come out like my sexual preference because I never did it. I never said, okay, well, I'm this because I don't believe in labeling myself. So I never came out of the so-called closet, guys. I think once you start labeling yourself, that's where a lot of problems occur in your personal life. Society tends to label you as a person, so you don't accept what society wants to label you. At the end of the day, whether I'm straight, bi, gay, lesbian, or whatever it is, I am Jaime, and Jaime is what defines me as a person. That's it, guys. No matter what it is, Jaime defines me as a person. My name is Jaime. My name's not gay. My name's not lesbian. My name's not bisexual. It's based on who you are, how you embrace yourself, how you respect yourself, self-respect, and how you value yourself as a person, regardless of whatever people try to say about you, porque todos tenemos colas que los pisen, guys. Yo he cometido bastantes errores en mi vida, from being a drug addict, from being a ratero, from going to jail, so many things that I've done in my life. Por eso se los platico yo. I tell you guys my story because I am the narrator of my own story. Somebody else is not going to come tell the story that I live because they've never been in my shoes. The only person that could speak with facts and truth and be transparent with my story is myself. You can't have my Suegrita, La Marrana Mantecosa, or anybody else tell my story because they were not with me 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So the only person that could be honest with you guys and be very transparent is myself. And like I said it since day one, yo no tengo nada que esconder para nadie, guys. Yo no tengo nada que ocultar. Yo sí he cometido errores. I've asked for forgiveness, and I've done it on social media too. For any people that I've hurt in the past, I've done it before. I apologize, guys, porque no soy una persona perfecta. Because I am not a victim. Yo decidí hacer las drogas porque yo quise, not because anybody forced me to do it. Yes, Marrana Mantecosa will sell me the Holly, right? And whatnot. But at the end of the day, yes, I was a minor at the time. But even like that, I still made decisions on my own. I'm not going to say it's her fault either, porque yo era el que me gustaba el pedo. Pero sí me la vendió. Varias veces me la vendió, chingos de veces. Pero at the end of the day, todos tenemos pelos en la cola, and everybody decides, to do it or not to do it. So, um, no me arrepiento. I'm going to be very honest, guys. I don't regret living the life of an addict. And I'm going to explain to you why. Why don't I regret it? Because now I became a living testimony to save another person's life. That's the difference, guys. That when people recover from an addiction, you gotta learn how to embrace it. You gotta learn how to tell your story. You don't have to go hide behind a shell and pretend like you never commit those mistakes in life, that you live that miserable life. Yes, it's hard to tell the story, but it's very important to share the word to help others, because not only might you be living or you live that life as an addict, but what if you have one of your viewers, one of your supporters, one of their loved ones who's going through an addiction right now and they just can't find the way out? Maybe you could be the supporting cast and show them, you know what, there's more to life There's more for you to embrace. There's a family who loves you. There's a friend who cares for you. There's a lot of things going your way if you get it together. That's the reason I tell you all my story. Not because I want to consistently tell you my story. No, because there's new followers, new people that want to join us, that I'd rather tell you how it is without other people telling you all this BS lies about me. And that's the way I keep it. I keep it real, whether people like it or not. Guys, tonight we have a show around 7:30, 8 o'clock. I will keep you all posted. Dios me los bendiga a cada uno de ustedes. Ánimo al cuadro, porque el que se agüita se encuera. How does she know one of her followers there is? Exactly, guys. And actually, I saw that comment right there. Exactly. She tends to make fun of tweakers or drug addicts, guys. But my question is to some of the peacocks that are out there. I'm sure some of y'all have a loved one, a friend, a relative, a sister, a brother, or you lived it yourself, that you've dealt with a drug addict. So how does it feel, or how do you think that you have this person who's wishing death, encouraging someone to relapse, to commit, I guess, to have an overdose and to die of a suicide? I guess the peacocks are okay for that to happen, right? But if it was any of their loved ones, would they have been okay? Is my question, to have somebody like that encouraging them daily to overdose, to relapse, to relapse, to relapse, to relapse, to relapse. You know, now you have somebody who's a narcissist who's dealing with shit like this, full of hate. So peacocks, if you listen to this and you play these videos around your loved ones, just remember how much you're hurting them as much as you're hurting yourself. Catch you all tonight, guys. Los quiero.